Hey, what's going on, guys? Chad here from Limitless Realty Group, brokered by eXp Realty. I wanted to cover with you real quick the unemployment benefits for self-employed. I actually went ahead and did my due diligence, and I've filled out all the paperwork. I have everything in here. About to go to the post office here in a little bit, drop this bad boy off, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I've never had an SBA loan before, so that may be a good thing because they're not going to be able to say, well, you never repaid your other loan, because I've never taken out a loan for a business other than my marketing agency. But for this point, I want to go over with you guys the process of submitting the application and a little bit of some of the nuances of what I've found out here in Texas. So I'm in San Antonio, Texas, Southern Texas region. Uh, Again, I'm brokered by eXp Realty, so I'm considered a contractor or a sole proprietor, if you will, self-employed, if you will. Um, and so that's why I wanted to share this with you, because it's important that you get all the benefits that you are entitled to as an American citizen in this great state that we live in. And so with that said, we have here in front of you, I have the National Association of Realtors website up, and it breaks down in the different sections, talking about the aid relief for the COVID-19, and I guess it's the new acronym is RONA. So they may be referred to as RONA here moving forward after today. Uh, Nonetheless, so it's a little bit of a hurdle. There are a couple of things you need to figure out before you even start to do the application. You need to find out, first of all, do you qualify as a sole proprietor, or were you working for somebody as an employer? For example, I used to work at Accenture, which was a technology firm. If I just got laid off there last week, I would say, okay, well, I'm an employee. I was an employee. I'm not a sole proprietor. So this video does not apply to you. Moving forward, the unemployment assistance is available to individuals who are unemployed, partially unemployed, or unable to work for the weeks impacted as a result of COVID-19 between January 27th and December 31, 2020. So they're keeping the gap pretty open. In fact, if you've had any type of information be spilled your way at the end of February, beginning of March, that definitely counts. End of January, of course, according to this. Um, what that further means is that if you have any type of um, you know evidence, right? You're going to need evidence in this scenario, and I'll tell you what I did is I had a transaction that I was working on for a seller that he was trying to sell his home. I was happy that we already had a buyer within the first week it was on the market. I was excited. I was like, all right, man, we got this locked down. Let's move. And we are about 2 weeks away from closing. As I sit here right now, I get an email on the 26th of March from the actual the buyer's agent, the lady who was helping the person buy the home, and she said, "Well, the lender fell through because the program got shut down because of COVID-19." Literally, that was the sentence. The program got shut down because of COVID-19. So I said, "Oh, okay. Well, that's not good. I'll have to relay the information on to my seller." And he was upset as well, but we got over it. We're moving on. And this is where I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Because I want to be able to use. I have a good offense already set up with my marketing, my business, but I also need a good defense, right? And that's what this process is for, that they've created for you. So my point is, I took the evidence of what she said to me, and I'm sending that straight over to SBA, and I'm going to say, hey, look at this email. She doesn't even know I'm telling you this email, was going to be used for this, but this is a fact. You can contact this person, and she will verify on my behalf, unknowingly to her, if the question comes up as to whether or not my evidence is factual information, just like as if it were held in court. Anything you submit to the SBA needs to be legitimate, factual information. I do not promote any type of false advertisement towards the SBA, because therefore they will hold your ass to the fire. There's no doubt about that. Moving on. So let me get off of this page. This is something I'll share in the YouTube channel here on my description for you guys. So the other thing that I went to was SBA.gov page, SBA.gov/page/disaster loan applications. So there are a few things here that it talks about. Going more specifically, I actually called the SBA last night, and I said, hey, I'm going through this process. What do I need to do? And they said, well, because it says right here, this was confusing me. Homeowners and renters must register with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, to obtain a FEMA registration ID number by calling blah, 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 blah. So I called the number, and the lady's like, well, you don't really qualify for the homeowners or the renters. And she said, unless you have any type of physical damage or unless, she said, we are providing counseling. So I was like, oh, okay, counseling is a thing, I guess, that they're providing for people who are going through this, of course. So with that said, she said, you don't really need to apply for a federal registration number. Go ahead and just submit your sole proprietor application as it is. I'm not going to be able to provide that for you. So don't waste your time calling that number is my point, unless your home was physically damaged or unless you need counseling. Those are the only two reasons that you would need a FEMA number. Otherwise, as a sole proprietor, you go ahead and just submit the application as it is. And so with that, let me show you, let me bring it up this way. So I'm going to click here. Sorry if I disappear on you. And then it's going to be, this is the business loan application. So this is the one if you actually have a limited liability company and you have people working for you, you're not considered a sole proprietor, you will actually fill this application out along with the other ones that are listed here, and it tells you exactly what you need to do. If you're on the form, you would fill out this SBA form along with the 4506T, the IRS form. So what's going to happen is once they get this form, they're going to want to pull tax records to verify the information you're sharing with them is correct, and to verify whether or not how much they can even give you. So, for example, if I only made $600 last year at my digital marketing agency, then they're not going to give me a loan, because how am I going to pay back the loan if I only made $600 last year? If you made $60,000 last year at your small business, then okay, now we're talking. That's a whole different scenario. But let me go back real quick. The one I actually want to show you, which is the one I filled out, which it's a home or sole proprietor loan application. Okay. This one here, don't worry about the top part. You would click sole proprietor. Actually, you would click the third one, sole proprietor, economic injury, okay? So you'd fill out your information. If you have a business partner, you would have him or her fill out their information, all basic stuff, standard stuff. Damaged property address. So I guess after I called them, I found out that technically I don't really need this part to be filled out, because that was like, again, if you're FEMA, getting a registration number, if your house was damaged of some sort, that's when that would be applicable. Then it goes over the primary applicant, all again, basic information, employer. So you're going to say self-employed. And this is me speaking as if I'm a realtor. Income last year, let's say I made $57,000 last year. They'll verify that with the taxes. That's why you need the 4506T. Okay. So then I have no debts. Yeah, don't we all wish? So you're going to need to know what your debts are and put them all right here. Put your monthly payments and your current balances. You're going to have to log into your little account and figure out, okay, how much do I owe on my Chase card? How much do I owe on my car? How much do I owe on my truck? So I put all my information in here and move on down. Go to insurance information. If you have any type of insurance, what is the insurance's policy numbers and phone numbers, policy types, and did you make a claim for any of those damages? Again, this is related to disasters more so than it is COVID. They're just using a generic form. And then also here we have assets. So I had to add up. I have 2 RVs, for example. I had to put that in here as personal property, appliances, furniture, everything goes in here. Disclosures. If you've had any type of criminal record or any type of investigation, or if you're under investigation, unfortunately, the SBA will not give a loan to you at this time. That's just a disclosure that they share with you. So down here, after you sign it, you have your additional comments. So what you want to do is go ahead and I typed a little couple paragraphs here, just something to kind of give them some additional information. The more information you give them, in this case, it's going to be better, because if not, it's going to prolong the submission of your application to the SBA. They're going to come back and say, well, we need X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, and then they'll throw the alphabet at you. So try to get a good articulated message across in a short amount of time and a short amount of space they have here for you. And after that, it kind of talks about what you need to do from here. Gives you pretty clear directions. Required for all loan applications. Make sure you fill this thing out. Make sure you sign it. Make sure you sign the application. I've done that before in the past. I submitted a check to a company, and I guess I forgot to sign the check. Well, I just wasted time and effort and energy. Make sure you sign the application. Complete and sign the tax authorization form, which is what we talked about already. That's also very straightforward. It actually has directions of how to do that as well. And I think that's it. So from there, what I did is I found the address on the actual website. Go back one more time here. So it has on the actual website, you can submit it on here, but I talked to the representative yesterday, and she said sometimes that this has not been working. Of course, government technology never works. So what I did, she said, well, go ahead and mail it. So that's what you see here. I went ahead and put it up. Physical address, ready to roll. Feels good. Feels like it has weight to it. You know, I just really feel like it's going to change my life. I'm just kidding. So we'll see. And once you submit that, I'd say give it probably 2-3 weeks before you hear anything back. You know, you can probably call and check on your application, but I'm sure they're just retardedly overloaded right now. She said, don't even worry about emailing. She said their email box has been up and down. Again, they're getting so many messages. I'm just another name and a number. But I just wanted to share this video with you guys because it's important to understand the process, and it's important to get the benefits that you are entitled to at this point. Like I said, I had a transaction that just fell out. I lost some money. I know that you're going to be losing money as well. It's just a matter of how you handle it. You know, what do you do when you get those lemons? And here we are. Let's make some lemonade together. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on my video here, or you know what? I'll go ahead and give you my email address. You can shoot me an email if you have any questions. I'm looking forward to doing some more consistent videos with my followers here. All right. You guys have a great day. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands and practice social distancing. Later.